Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Let's Drone Out. We are joined this evening by Fossil of FossilsStuff and the usual cohort. We have everyone's actual favourite, Jack.
I doubt it. Frank wants to murder me.
The organiser-in-chief, Frank.
I do never feel organised. Hello.
Our resident sometime race pilot, Tony.
Bonjour.
And
My
myself,
wife.
Stephen. Right, so you've been roving around, from what I hear.
Stephen. Yeah, it started about 2.5 years ago, nearly 3 years ago now. Can't believe it. Just had this urge to build a rover and for surveillance, and started sketching some things out and came up with there was some, like, an idea, sci-fi rovers. That's how it all started.
Oh yeah.
I sent Jack a picture of that. Are you going to show the pictures, Jack, or not?
Right.
He's
For
trying.
A start,
He's trying.
For a
Okay,
start,
no, don't worry.
right?
Don't
Hang
worry.
on. Let me get back to this, right? I
In
just
case the
built a
audience is
rover.
not aware, we are experiencing a small number of technical difficulties.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
zero,
right.
right?
The picture sort of tells the story.
I made a little rover. All I can say is you surprise me as much as you terrify me, because right, I'm trying to work out what government list you're trying to get on, because when you say a little rovering about, right, it's like a tank. You know, it's not kid-sized Barbie little toy car, 18 volt. No, it's more like, you know, the little ride things that sit outside supermarkets and you put pound coins in and the kids. It's that size. You can fit a small female adult in it and several children. The thing looks like, it looks like you've nicked it from a bomb squad. that's the only way I can describe this.
Well, I
So
take that as a compliment, Jack. Thank you.
I will present my Fossil presentation. Now, Fossil has sent me individual photos on WhatsApp with horribly compressed videos. So I'm converting them to MP4 as we speak. I've made this presentation.
Oh, the video.
This presentation is titled Fossil the Old Git. He can't use computers.
Exactly.
And yet,
Slide 2.
And
No,
yeah,
he uses Edge. For fuck's sake.
Use what?
Microsoft
the browser.
Edge. He was using Microsoft Edge. I'm
no
wondering
choice.
why we couldn't communicate with him.
I mean,
Why? How are you
it's
in
the
charge
it's
of
tyranny of
people?
the default. That's not necessarily a choice. That's what you get handed.
So, I'd like to point out, I'm guessing.
And Numpty just presses buttons, Stephen. you just if it says press that button, continue, you continue, and you end up in Edge.
Is this measuring kilos?
Yeah. It's more than that now. That was early days.
Wow.
It's about 125 now.
That's a lot of something. I'm guessing mainly steel.
Now it's all plastic, Stephen.
All plastic. You've got 114 kilos of plastic. That is an outrageously large device.
No, it's all the motors and gearboxes and batteries and chargers.
Guys,
and
you're focusing on the wrong worrying thing. It has a Made in Britain sticker on it, and it's not on fire yet.
Oh, very good.
So is this a ton now? Have you passed the metric ton. Have you heard of that? Oh no, hang
It's
on,
an
you're
eighth of a
old.
ton.
How many farlows and half halfpennies is it stacked with corn bags? How's your old father?
What are you jabbering on about?
etc.
Don't worry
How
about
much
it, Martin.
How much does it weigh?
Well, it's about 120 now, 125.
Heavy.
Yeah, but the more you put, obviously, yeah, it's just getting heavier. The camera was, that was the last picture I think I sent Jack. The white camera, the new camera, because it was originally designed as a surveillance rover. And that's the
I've-
first step.
These
That's
are the
the first
order
step
you sent
PV.
me them. What do you want?
If you hit slideshow, Jack, we'll actually see the pictures.
Very
Well,
impressive.
that's not the
Is
order
it
I
not?
sent them. It don't
Oh
matter.
shit! Sorry.
I'll just talk about them as they come up then.
There we go.
Right, that's the first FPV system on the top, just a Vista bolted to a plate, just to get us going.
I've missed you, Fossil.
Yeah, you can't zoom in on it, can you? Never mind. There's more Vista bits later anyway.
Hang on.
So the
No.
wheels were just off eBay, wheels and tyres. Like they were, I got them for 16 quid for the wheel and a tyre. So I was
Oh,
That's
chuffing
not
with it.
bad.
Yeah, so I get a puncture, I just throw the thing away and buy another one.
It's like a
It's
prop.
It's not worth. Yeah, it is. Yeah, well done. Yeah, it is, Frank. Yeah. What else can you see there? Yeah, it's just a bit of pipe
Lights.
at front and the back for a bumper.
Has it got a big window in the front so Tony can see out of it?
I could
No, that's
probably
the
fit
vibe-
in there.
I was running acrylic windows so I could see all the bloody flashing lights and see what it's doing.
Ah.
Now they're black now. I've made them plastic, but I wanted to keep an eye on what things were doing. And
Have you heard of telemetry?
yeah, but I still like to see flashing lights. Yeah, we've got telemetry, lots of that.
Has it got any dip switches in it?
Dips? No. In fact, well, the Sabertooth controllers had dip switches on, but no, they're quite clever controllers. The guy who builds these controllers, speed controllers, supplies the guys for Robot Wars for the house bots and all of that. Yeah, a company called 4QD. Check them out. They're good bunch.
It does
Yeah.
look like it could compete against Sir Killer Lot.
It's bloody heavy. It took out a 4-inch fence post the other day.
It
Oh,
looks like
did it go rogue?
Went a bit AWOL, yeah.
It looks like it shat out Sir Killer Lot.
It does a lot of damage when you hit something. Yeah, it's.
Have you run yourself over yet?
No, but it did go AWOL, and I had to dive at it and grab that kill switch on the side because it was going.
the red
A really
one.
small,
It
convenient
was
one.
going
that-
towards the
awesome.
neighbour's. It was going towards the neighbour's fence, and I literally had to chuck the transmitter on the ground. It
So
wouldn't disarm.
Less
And
rover and more
if I
autonomous
hadn't,
rally
if I hadn't
car.
switched it off, it would have gone through the fence and it'd been in his back garden and beyond there. Yeah,
Bloody
it was
hell.
a
Really
real
impressive.
Superman moment.
Excellent.
Have you heard of geofences?
Oh, that happened before I've got into all of that. Yeah, it's
Okay.
all the mission
Safe.
planning has come a lot later. Yeah, that's
Zero
all.
in the chat asks, does it mow the lawn?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Yeah. I did Tozer 4 foot wide, 16 horsepower. What's it called? Like a mower deck that you normally tow behind an ATV. So I've set the missions up to do spiral mowing. Yeah, that was a little
Hang on,
story for later.
There is a picture of the spiral mowing.
A lot of this looks like some kind of Star Wars project.
Mm.
No,
Oh,
can't
there's
find
I
it.
don't think you uploaded it, Jack.
Ah.
Hang
Oh
on.
yeah, lots of good mowing stuff. I can't share anything with you, can I? No, I guess I could. I could turn my camera on. Oh. You carry on talking. No.
Is it because he
Right.
has sent a video of the? That's what it is. Hang on. Stop sharing. Present. Share screen.
Jack's got a
Window.
video.
Share. And this is why we can't
Oh,
have
yeah.
nice things. Hang on. There you go.
Oh, that's it.
Cool.
Oh,
So that's the mission, and that's about 30 seconds of it.
wow.
It got a little bit stuck there. It doesn't like it. It doesn't mind it, but it just takes a bit of time to get it uphill, and then it goes off again.
How much of
What is that?
an impression does it leave behind it?
No, it does leave an impression. This is quite cool. Yeah, I'm involved with quite a lot of guys team of guys in the States, and I uploaded a similar video to that. And one guy said, "Yeah, I can see all your tracks. When you repeat mowing the same mission, you start to get ruts in the ground."
Mhm.
So John Harlow he wrote a little routine that you can load into the planner.
That randomizes.
Right click, and it's a nudge function, so you can move your mission by so many centimeters, either east, west, north, or whichever way your map's going, left, right, up or down.
Just jiggles it around a bit.
So I just move it like 300 millimeters left or right, or just to repeat it, have all four of them, and eventually it will stop rutting up the ground. So that was quite nice. Yeah,
Lovely.
good up. Right, that picture there, that's the original surveillance camera that it died very early on. Basically, it was meant to be mounted upside down. It was waterproof, like in a building.
Mhm.
But I mounted it up the other way because you could actually flip the image. But unfortunately, it wasn't waterproof up that way.
Oh,
So it was beautifully made. Don't get me wrong, it was lovely, but it just couldn't take the water
that's a
going
shame.
uphill. Yeah. So that was it's taken me nearly just over a year to sort the camera out, and literally this week I picked up that new white one. It's a PTZ running on a 4G router in the rover, so it streams the picture, and I can control the camera. It's bloody brilliant. I love it.
Have you got
How
that
much of a
picture,
zoom has
Jack?
it got on it?
How much what, Frank?
Fantastic.
How much of a zoom has it got on it?
25 times, I think.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you say, Tony?
Find
What
the
kind of
picture of with the new camera on.
Yeah, there's the last one I sent you, Jack. The white.
Oh, I have
bloody-
seen it on here, Jack.
like the white phallus sticking out the top.
Well,
Oi, oi.
Wow.
I think we found it.
So that's not
looks
powered
more
up.
like a robot arm.
Yeah, it's not powered up, so the camera's actually just pointing down at the minute. But what's amazing,
that's
I can believe it.
beautiful.
When you do the pan, it just keeps going round and round. There's no stop on it, and you have to go back the other way. It just goes round.
Slip ring.
A little bit dizzy then.
Yeah, quite handy.
is this the last iteration? This one now? Is this like?
No,
We've
this is
still
the
got to
first-
add the machine guns.
No, this is the first one. The next one's going to be bigger.
Come on now. Taser.
Yeah, I've got the big battery arrived today.
Do you do much in the way of racing for it? I mean, it looks a lot beefier than many rovers. It looks like it could go around at a fair clip.
Well, the idea was it was waterproof. So the whole thing, you can, once those bolts are all done up, I can blast it with hose pipes and spray guns or whatever, and it
Jet
cleans
wash?
up lovely. So it'll sit out in the rain for days and days. Well, it has been
Wow.
testing. Doesn't like really cold weather. When you get down to -4, the batteries lock out because they're Victron, and they've got a temperature limit both ways, so either hot and cold. They just big bloody alarm. The big buzzer comes on and it beeps and flashes at me and says, "It's too cold. It's too cold." And you can't charge them when it's cold either. They've got a bit of a limitation. They're lithium iron phosphates.
Right. So very
Yeah. There are 4 50 amp hours, two each pair in series, giving 24, and then they go into parallel to giving me 24 volts.
So you got 200 amp hours. How far are you trying to drive this then?
Oh, it goes for about 4 or 5 hours. But when I'm mowing that pattern you saw earlier,
Yeah.
that's 8 kilometers, and it does that in about an hour and a half.
While
Proper
towing.
crossfire.
It goes on
Wow.
and on and on. It never runs out. It doesn't seem to anyway. But it does eventually. It gets
So
to
You got
about,
enough room for solar, ain't you?
sorry, Jack.
You got enough room for a few solar. Put a solar heater on there.
Yeah, well, this cooling is the problem at the minute. I've had to fit axial fans blowing air in and then blowing it out. Then I've also got PC fans blowing on the motors now.
Yeah, you've got a lot of electronics in there. You've got what?
It's the motors. They get to about 70 degrees.
Oh, right. Yeah,
And the speed controller's shut down at 75, which has happened once. Then I added all these fans, which is it's still not holding it, not when it's 26, 27,
Well, it's a
28
steel
degrees.
chassis, really, isn't it? Do you have
It
that
is.
much
It's
ventilation?
a bloody black plastic box sealed up with. And batteries get hot. Everything gets hot.
Are you going to put some like air ducts and air vents on it, or would that
Yeah,
defeat the
that's all.
waterproofing?
So that I'm working on it. It's evolution. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether I should actually be boxing it all up and try and get a bit more airflow in it.
So it's got to be
Make
pretty
it-
tough to
And
test
put
it
the
right
F-
now
put the
when it's
FC
30 degrees out.
Put the FC receiver, telemetry in a waterproof box, and just cool that, and then have the chassis or the monocoque slightly more open so the motors can stay cooler. In fact, the new motors they're huge. They've got fans built into the end of the motors.
Why
So
don't you add
that's
water cooling, or make the unit out of metal and don't paint it black?
yeah. I'd actually use the plastic for the waterproofing. Metal, you got to treat it, and I'm just using what I know basically, and it's proved very tough so far. I'm happy with the plastic. I think there's more can be done though, in terms of the
Water
cooling.
cooling.
So there's not been any structural issues with that much weight bouncing around at speed. Then everything's
No,
all
the only
stayed
thing
put.
that's is the weak point of the gearboxes on the motors. They're 1 to 32 planetary gearboxes on like a 3-inch diameter brush motor. But the output shaft, when they've turned it, there's a sharp edge basically, and there's a picture I sent Jack of the gearbox snaps, and the shaft as well, and the wheels just fall off. That's it. So you can see. So that shaft is 14 mil diameter, so clearly not enough. And I've broken about 4 of these now, and they're beautiful gearboxes. It breaks your heart. And I've written to them; they won't just send you the shaft. Anyway, trying to pull one apart is like it's like an incredible bit of kit. You never put it back together. There must be 10,000 needle bearings in there.
Oh.
It's mad. Yeah, anyway. But anyway, the new motors.
Night Rider mode.
Yeah, that's the lights on the front. That's all on a switch on the transmitter. That's great. That is. It's like getting dark. Like they're fierce lights. Amazing. Lights up all the field. The red ones are a bit of a joke, really. Yeah, we had problems with it then. I remember. Well, I had problems with it for anyway. Only in the last 4 or 5 months that the problems stopped, and it stopped after I changed those speed controllers. I must have blown up. Oh, I've lost count how much stuff. 6 Maytech wing boards, 2 orange cubes, diversity receivers, and it's all down to the original Ampflow speed controller. I think once that came out, never had touch wood, still never blown anything up.
Have you made it modular so you can replace different portions and swap the flight controller and speed controller?
Oh yeah, it all comes out really quick, Stephen. Yeah, the motors, I can change the motor and gearbox in probably half an hour. Yeah, it's not too bad.
I built some little toy ones of these, and the temptation is just to get the thing moving, and then you end up with like a rat's nest of everything all strewn around.
Yeah, it's still rat's nesty in places when you're doing testing, like the fans, they're just Wagoed up, nothing fancy, obviously. But while you're testing, you're cutting it about and moving stuff around. You know what it's like. There's no point doing it too tidy because it's all going to get changed.
There's a balance. Like you don't want to spend ages making it look pretty, but you don't want to trip over your own wiring either.
Absolutely, yeah. The wiring's not bloody spacecraft wiring by any means, but it's neat and tidy, and you can follow it through. Maybe a few little bits. Try and label it up where I can.
Is this going to be a personal project, or do you think you're branching out and offering this as
it will be for sale. It exhibited at the counter-terrorism show last year on a stand, I've got a guy helping me. Well, he's going to be selling it basically. I just sort of work with him. He's the salesman. I just make
This
the
is going
stuff.
to be for bomb disposal and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like I say, he works with a company called Westminster International. He's got a lot of. Oh, funny you guys like this. He's got. Let me get my phone. He's selling drone drone kits. He's got this big gun thing, and you fire it in at the drone, and you can just bring it down. It's bloody brilliant. Yeah, he demonstrates it with a DJI. Yeah, I went to see that demo. He was showing it off to the
On a party.
some navy. What country was it? Oh, I can't remember now.
Do they actually work then?
Oh
Them
God,
guns.
yeah, it was incredible. Yeah, he literally points the gun at the drone, pulls the trigger, leaves it there for about 10 seconds, and then he gets a little light say, yeah, you're locked in, and he can just literally, as he brings the gun down, the drone comes down and he just lands it.
Sounds like a
What was,
giggle.
what was the bloody? Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. No, that's another story. Yeah. So, yeah, the telemetry. I'm using the RFD stuff from Ben at 3DXR. It's running 868 megahertz. In a drone, it'll go 40k, but on the ground behind trees, like I said, I get all around the farm, no problem. So I'm chuffed with it. The trouble is I can't download missions. It'll run because the other thing I'm doing is running a ground station for the correction data for the GPS, because I've got 2 GPS running the yaw system, the moving baseline thingy. I'm not really sure how it all works.
Oh,
But
so
anyway,
like the RTK type stuff.
yeah, it's RTK. As long as I've got RTK fixed on the head-up display, then it'll literally carry on around the farm within a couple of centimetres. It repeats the mission literally on the now. As soon as it goes into float or just 3D GPS, then it wanders off a couple of meters. But once you get RTK fixed,
Yeah.
mate, it's just dialed in. Can rely on it absolutely to the centimetre. Well, maybe a couple. It is what they say it is if you get it right. But there's another way of sending the correction data. I've got a little GPS antenna on a big aluminium pole. We can run Encrypt, which I have used it, where it's on a database. Lots of places. Hosting there.
Is Fossil breaking up, or is it just
Yeah,
for me.
I thought it was maybe me,
Right.
but can't hear him.
Fossil? Have you
When he
tried
moved his
not
phone or something.
try not living in a hole?
All right, let me go outside.
I think it was just when he
No,
moved
that's
his phone
fine.
a bit.
Yeah, it was coming in and out. It was okay for a bit, and then like a couple of seconds later, it would just turn into static.
Move closer to the router. This is worse. Starlink. Plug into the Starlink.
I'm on the freaking phone, Jack.
Is it because you said something rude about Elon?
The video's good, the sound's not, which is weird. It's normally the other way around.
Oh, odd.
For our audio listeners,
Is that any better?
Fossil.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's better.
Fossil is wandering around a dog kennel.
I think it's his phone.
You know what, you're all crackly on my end.
Yeah, I think your phone mic or something. I don't think it's the link.
It
Is
might
your
be
phone hot?
echo cancellation kicking in, possibly doing something a bit weird.
How's that?
Yeah.
Stay still.
Great.
We can hear you.
Well done.
It's frozen.
Oh, too late. I was going to say problem
With my
solved.
food.
But
This is why we don't talk to him. This is why we just leave him to his own little weird tank
Putting these
building,
things together.
building his own Panzer division.
Can you join now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, stay
yeah,
still.
we can hear you. It was just cutting in and out. Fingers crossed it holds.
Hmm.
What's this then? Is this a work in progress type
This
photo?
the
Or is
next
this
one.
That's the solar panel trailer.
Mm.
Hang on.
So I can tow around. I tow around the 555 watt solar panel. And then when I park up, I can deploy them with the linear actuators so they come out horizontal, and I get 5 times the amount of. Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
That's really the what was it called? Fusion model.
How much do they have to flap before it takes off?
No, that's going a lot quicker than that. To trouble, Frank. Quite painful going up.
Ooh.
There was a video for that, but oh, there you go. They're coming
There it is.
down.
It really does look to me like something that should be on the Death Star, like going around one of the corridors.
Yeah.
If it moves
But by
for audio
raising the
listeners,
panels up horizontal, is 5 times more solar gain than when they're parked like that.
Wow.
Surprising, isn't it?
and when they fully open, people can shoot from them.
Little gun parts on the side, yeah.
Yeah, it gives
That's,
about
that's,
100.
that's where Tony jumps out with his knife.
I give about 170 watts and 4.5, 5 amps on a sunny day.
That's pretty good.
So I can
Is
drive
that
it
antenna
around.
mounted?
Sorry, Jack.
No,
No,
that's a gun or a clamp.
Yeah.
A clamp, probably holding
Yeah.
something on.
C
I
clamp.
can't see. My eyes are so bad. It could well be. Oh, like a quick release clamp. Yeah. Oh, I know. I was welding the stop on to stop the door carrying on inside. That's right.
You've heard of magnets, right?
Yeah. It's very heavy though. It needs revamping really, but it does the job. So it can tow that around and charge itself pretty much on a sunny day. I can run it at 1 meter a second, and it just goes round and round and round pretty much all day. But the idea
Are
is
you
that you be with an airfield and then deploy the panels, sit there with the PTZ camera and just watch the world go by.
fossil?
I still believe it. Yeah.
Did you cut all those holes out with a CNC, or did you plasma or water jet?
Yeah, but they're all routed out with the router, yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot of duty time. Can't understand you. You are an idiot with a potato for a connection.
I think it's his phone, not his connection. I don't know why.
I think it might be the phone not getting on with StreamYard. That's my guess.
We can't hear you.
They're really good at that, these guys.
Yeah, have a go at that, Fossil.
Computer? Do you own a computer?
You tried the computer. The computer did not have a microphone that worked.
Oh,
Thanks,
iPad?
Spot on. Edge. Where's Edge? How do I get into Edge? For fuck's sake.
no, don't use Edge. Chrome. Or Stephen will
I
hurt
have
you.
to get.
I don't mind. It's all the same thing these days, so long as,
All
as
chromium.
long as it works. Yeah, as long as it works.
I have to leave the what's it?
We can hear you. That's the important bit.
Yeah.
Let's leave
We
me.
can hear you.
Okay.
It's all right.
Don't worry about your camera.
I'm back in the garage now.
Okay.
And he's back in the room.
Right. Sorry, guys.
No, it's all right. Don't worry. It happens. We love you. Really.
I'm just trying to look at my notes, see what else there is to tell. There's loads to tell you.
Here is the assembled panel. I must say,
You haven't got a picture of the
does look
trailer,
cool.
have you? That I tow myself around in, have you?
You tow
is that a
yourself
video?
around in.
I've got a trailer that hooks on with a box down the side. The seat is
Is this
based on
it?
a.
No, that's
I
the
don't-
solar
I-
trailer.
No, I don't think you've got a picture of it. No, I didn't get round
Is
to
it a
that.
video?
No. Trouble is, I'm always in it, so I don't take many pictures of it. All you see is my feet. And it's
I
got
wanna see
like
a picture.
it's got a box on the back. I could send it to Jack, couldn't I, on WhatsApp?
Oh joy!
Oh,
How cool is this?
oh dear.
The trailer for albums. Yeah, so I towed myself around in it, and the other day I actually this is a bit sad. I I wrote a mission to go around all the woodland and the farm, and then so I jumped in the Rover with my trailer, flicked the auto switch, and it just took me round, and I saw my bag of beer being towed around
That's pretty cool.
in the lovely sunshine. It was brilliant.
I like
Oh,
that.
here we go. Here we go.
It
Right,
sounds
this is
good.
my mate in there, Ian, who's flogging it. And yeah, it probably takes hours to load.
Let me just download that. Would you like me to stop and add it to the presentation? Frank, how do I do that? You use this. Hang on, let's add.
Maybe you can just show them.
This is what happens during the me putting
Pulled
the.
aside the curtain now. All the mystery's
Yeah.
gone, Jack.
Jack, to be fair, the ill did come a bit late. I've had a busy day. I've had a busy week.
Yep, no worries. Don't worry,
So
it's fine.
Jack
I-
cannot complain.
I am.
That is
Yep.
cool.
Frank wants to hurt me.
Now that's fantastic. That's just fantastic.
Hit slideshow again, Jack.
Right, that's the video.
Oh
running.
no, hang on, it's off. Hang on, let me. There you go. Frank, I feel when it doesn't present correctly, I feel like I've let you down. I really do.
There's a reason for that, Jack. You know.
Let me.
Let us down.
Yeah, let me just fully watch it before it lets me download.
What, in case it's a bit
Oh,
dodgy?
fantastic. Oh, there's two of them. Let me just re-encode this. Anytime today.
So your trailer here, it looks like you've got almost like a sidecar as well.
It is, yeah. Everyone calls it the coffin, but it's a hinged lid, lifts up, and I put all my beekeeping stuff in there. And then the pickup at the back, I can pick up stuff and take water up to the birds, and just carry quite a bit of shit in there. It's quite good. It's more of a chill thing, really, just for driving around. Everyone has fun in it. Yeah, it's good. So when I'm running that, it's just in manual mode. It's not in acro or anything like that. It's just normal manual. That takes some tuning to get that right. You can just get manual right. Because the speed controllers have got acceleration, deceleration, ramping this, ramping that, and then you got the bloody flight controller.
Have you got
telling it what to
sinusoidal
do.
as well to keep the low range?
I just find the steering really twitchy, and I've been trying loads of stuff. I've tried the Expo on the transmitter. I've changed
Needs to
the
talk to
weight.
Alka.
The weight didn't help. Then there's a function in ArduRover or ArduPilot that you can make it less twitchy. I tried that, but it does make it less twitchy, but as soon as you turn left or right, the bloody thing just slows down. It's lots of mixing and stuff going on, but that's all part of the learning curve, really. But what is nice, when you're FPVing it, you can just stop and take your goggles off and go and do something and just come back. Whereas when you're flying a drone, you got to see it to the end, haven't you? You got to see the
It's
whole
generally a
battery
great
out.
idea to do that if you're flying. Yeah, it's frowned upon.
Yeah, it's quite nice to be able to do that. Just stop and somebody's screaming at you.
Oh, Fossil. We
Sounds
left
a really
you on your
relaxing
own for too
experience.
long, haven't we? You really
Have you seen those
gone nuts.
videos yet? Me going through the long grass. Has that come through yet?
Yeah, I played it just a moment ago. I can play it again if you want.
No. I can't see.
I don't think that was Fossil going through the long grass.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Was
My
it?
boots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was filming
didn't-
myself.
that's definitely Fossil.
Oh yeah.
Look. You can hear the creaking. Everyone thinks it's the chassis, but it's his joints.
Probably.
He's a bastard. Isn't
Yeah.
he?
So
I know.
have you guys, Steve? Have you messed around with ArduPilot?
I did a rover or two, but I've just used iNav so far, so
Are you?
Mm.
Have you not messed around with the ArduRover yet?
not yet. No. I've got a
I
couple of
can't.
boards that are capable of running it, but I just wanted to mess around FPV, so I just tried iNav so far.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Frank isn't a master of it, because Frank is a freak in the Google Sheets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It really does put me off. I thought I should just sit down and look at it, but it drives me a bit
He-
nuts.
What Frank could do with a parameter list. Oh,
I
I'd
did
hate
make
to think.
an ArduPilot tail sitter wing, but
Well, you've seen
it
the full
didn't
parameter
end
list
very
then,
well.
Frank, you've seen the full parameter list then in ArduPilot, yeah? It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's daunting.
Yeah. Well, I've got the same in ArduRover, and you just only on the surface of it. It's just so powerful. It's unbelievable.
It would take several millennia for me and Tony to read any of that. I don't understand it.
It is hours
It
and
is-
hours of reading, and forums and questions, and it goes on. Yeah, it's lovely. Well, it's a bit like beta flight when you first start, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
that's the GUI.
Or hours
got
and
it straight
hours
away, Jack.
of going, hey, if you're Jack.
Yeah.
Was it Ben Grammel who said he spent like ages and ages and ages learning ArduPilot well enough to do all the stuff that he does, and then like someone introduced him to iNav and he just opened it up and was like, oh, well, this is a million times easier. Why not we doing this?
It would be for the flying he does. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's got swarming capabilities.
Yeah.
Oh, it just goes on and on and on. It's
But you could tell by like the board sizes that you need like lots and lots of storage to run the full builds, don't you, these days? I think they're excluding features from a lot of the boards.
I'm running the Orange Cube Plus, is it?
What's that, like an H7 under the hood?
Yeah, basically. It's bloody temperature controlled and it's
Fancy box.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Isn't it
But what-
just
what-
like the original Ardu?
What was that, Jack? Missed that.
Me too.
Pixhawk box with an orange box in the middle of
They
it.
don't exist anymore. It's not
No,
a
I know.
Pixhawk. Don't call it a Pixhawk. You'll get shot. You'll get
It looks like a
abducted
Pixhawk.
and taken to a dark room, and you'll have your eyes stretched open while you're shown lots of cubes.
Say it again then, Jack.
Pixhawk's still coming up all the time on the forums. Why does it do voodoo?
So everyone
It
does still
doesn't
call it
exist
Pixhawk
anymore.
then. Is it just a brand name they've stopped using, or what?
They don't
It's-
exist.
Frank won't say the word. He hasn't said it, has he? You can't say it.
It's I think it's one of these situations where like someone's tried to have a like it was a generic thing to begin with, and then someone's been like, actually no, I'd quite like to keep this for myself, and then it's I think
one
there's
of
all
those.
sorts of sort of bother about trademarks and who
Someone
owns what and
threw
all
the
that
toys
kind of
out the
thing, and so
pram. Yeah.
It's a long
they
story.
sort of tried to drop the Pixhawk name and use cubes instead.
It's
Ah,
like the Eagle Tree Vector. You're not allowed to refer to that by anything either.
really?
Yeah.
Say it again then.
No.
We want to end with a bang, don't we? In August.
A bang, not a lawsuit. They're not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Let me just cover everything. I am an idiot. Don't listen to me. My views. I don't know what a Pixhawk is, and I cannot be trusted. And my views are personal and do not reflect the view of Frank. Frank knows best.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll go with that.
And legal notice: do not take illegal advice from podcasts.
Especially this one.
And Do not be on fire. Be careful around busy roads. Don't take our advice.
So we're not in big trouble then.
We,
No more than usual.
yep.
So there's so many things you could put on this platform. You've got so much space there. You've got so much carrying capacity. Like
Room for activities.
what direction are you going to take this thing in? It could do almost anything if you wanted it to.
Yeah, what I'd like to mess around with, it'll also, it covers boats as well. So I got involved with a company. We built a boat the other day, a polyethylene
So you were going to
boat.
say it's really waterproof for a second there.
Yeah, it is. But they're working on an autonomous one. We're doing a lot of tanks for autonomous boats, big 20, 30 metre things. But the other thing ArduRover will do, and how about this, boys, is it does balance bots, so you can have the two-wheeled, like the Segways. It's got the firmware for that. You can configure it for a balance bot. So I'm thinking about doing one of those one day. Yeah. There's some good examples of them if you check out the documentation. It's quite good. Yeah.
Could it tow a car?
Yeah, the Rover tows a car. Yeah, I'm trying to find the video and I couldn't find it. I was going to send it up. I got it towing a Mercedes people carrier in the car park. I just put a big strap round his tow ball, put the other end of the strap round my tow ball, and I pulled him about, I don't know, 30 metres, I suppose.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got some incredible.
Holy God.
you
Does
can
the
go out,
DVLA
you can
know
go out
about
this winter and tow people out of the snow.
Yeah,
Messing
I
around
don't
with
know what
snow,
it'd be
that
like
would
in
be
the
a lot of
snow,
fun.
Tony.
Put a sledge behind it, just like a bit of just messing around.
Or
with
clear
sledge
the
and stuff.
snow from your drive.
We don't get any bloody snow nowadays, do we?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Just towing someone in a little skid behind it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that with the trailer, I keep thinking about potential of helping out disabled people with it. I'm thinking about like Queen Elizabeth Country Park near us, where they have all the trails, and I imagine there's a lot of people can't actually get round. So you just sit them in the trailer, or two people in a double two-man trailer, and have it running a mission around the park, and then they could just flick it off, get out if they can, have a look round, get back
I wonder
in.
if you could have a hitch that goes onto a wheelchair. Just
Yeah,
as
Well,
a
that's,
tow.
yeah,
Say,
well, you
wheelchair.
could have a trailer, yeah, to take away. That would be no problem. But I know there are off-road wheelchairs about, but I imagine they're very expensive. And,
Yeah, they cost a bomb.
they wouldn't be autonomous. Whereas if you have a set track, a bit like going around a zoo on the little trains. You know, you've got the little trains go around, a bit like that, but out in the sticks a bit. Just an idea, I think. And then there's a show coming up, the Autonomous Ground Vehicle, AGV show at Excel in September, I think it is. That's going to be interesting. There's lots of stuff look a bit like the Rover, a bit more military. They're sending them into the front line, pulling out people, troops that are injured, taking ammo to the front line. But it needs to be a bigger vehicle for that. So that's the next stage. I think there's a bigger one. Then we'll be able to pull a bus. Yeah.
Menace asks, what's the top speed?
That's a good question. I've had 10k out of it with the 1 to 8 gearboxes, and now it's running 3k with the 1 to 32 gearboxes, but it's got so much more torque. I don't need to go fast. It's bloody bumpy when you go fast anyway. There's no suspension on it. So I'm happy pooling around at 1.5, 2 meters a second. It's a lovely comfortable speed, good mowing speed. But yeah, it's depends on the gearbox, Greg.
When you say mowing, what attachment do you have on it for the mowing?
Oh, I've got the 4 foot wide ATV mower with the 16 horsepower petrol engine driving 3 blades.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what tows it around.
Hang on, Stephen. Let me just get you a video of said mower.
Would smoke be good for your ground road? It's great because he's selling smoke packages.
Now look, see the
I
mower,
can't.
and it's connected to the tow ball.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, that's the
cool.
next story, guys. I've started modifying that mower into an autonomous mower. I'm going to get rid of the rover. So I've got casters.
What this dangerous
Major
piece of
revamp.
machinery needs is spinning blades.
Really?
You can't press an emergency switch if you have no hands or limbs.
Yeah, just jump over the spinning blades and hit the E-stop. It'll be fine.
No, it would be all right. It'd be all right. It's got rangefinder on it.
Top speed 1 to 100 nugget.
What other ideas you got for it? I like the pulling people out of the battlefield idea.
Yeah, well, it's still primarily still marketing, or will be marketing as a surveillance vehicle. But at the end of the day, it's a platform, so you can do a lot of things with it, and
Yeah.
people would come up with their own ideas. When it went to the CTX show last year, the Mexican government were interested in it for towing ground penetrating radar to find dead bodies. Nothing became of it. I know they did carry on with it because they actually found the bodies. It was in the news. It was basically drug cartels burying people. When it was the families of the dead people, they approached the government and said, "You've got to find our kids," or whatever. So I'm not sure whether they used the radar for that. And what was the other application? Somebody else came up. Anyway, it's just got loads of whatever you can think of, and it can be tweaked to suit the application, I think, quite quickly, especially with the plastic fabrication. That's what we do with the tanks, really. Custom built, we can sort of turn them around fairly quick.
You might have to explain the tanks, because after this, people might have a different sort of tank in their mind.
Yeah.
They're not bang bang tanks. No, they're tanks for boats, water tanks, fuel tanks, and toilet waste tanks. I'll be polite as I'm on the radio.
This clip needs Terry Bush maybe tomorrow playing.
What clip?
The rover
Towing.
crossing the mowing.
It's doing a
Maybe
fantastic job.
like the littlest.
If you want to get your
song.
stripes really, really perfect, I mean, having an autonomous rover's just got to be the way to do it, right?
It mows it straight, I can. Oh, that's the result. I sent that little video into 4QD, the speed controller people. They ran a little video competition, and I only had 2 days to go, so I just bunged that up there. I didn't win, but anyway, I managed to get a 25% voucher off the speed controller, which I needed another one for the mower. So that was a bit of a result.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the cross section of the motor about?
Cross section of the motor.
Or
No,
is
that's the cross section is the FPV. That's the Vista in a 3D printed shroud.
Yeah.
That's a pain, the Vista, because in the aluminium tube that holds it up, I ended up having to mount a 40mm PC fan to cool the Vista, because when you're not moving, it's got no airflow over it. It's not like being in a drone, but that's all waterproof. I can still wash it down. Yeah, it's sort of got loads of holes around the little rim so it can breathe, and then the camera's just glued in the front there.
Oh, is this a little air?
Yeah, there's loads of little holes around
the water trap
outside.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and the Vista's mounted to the roof, so the water can't run down over the Vista. It seems to be holding up. Every time I plug it in, it still works. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have moisture sensors and things inside just to monitor
no, I've
the
got
state of the internals?
only temperatures, Stephen, just to keep. I've got the fans come on. Basically, I've run a little temperature controller, and the sensor is taped to one of the motors. So when the motors get to 35 degrees, the fans kick in, and they never actually cool it down. The temperature just keeps going up and up and up, but much slower than when I didn't have fans. Other than that,
How much do you think it would take to keep it at steady state for kind of unlimited operation? Is that achievable, do you think?
Say that again, Stephen, sorry?
Do you think it would be possible to cool it to dissipate the maximum power output so it could operate?
Yeah, I think, as I said earlier, I need to get away from sealing it up in a box and let it breathe in some way.
I mean,
maybe a chassis and a body. Yeah.
I mean,
ducts and filters.
I don't want to encourage this sort of thing, but you could fill it full of mineral oil and then have external radiators
or have a cooling
with
loop.
fans.
You know, just a simple cooling loop. So you have liquid next to the hot components, and then it's moved outside the chassis where it can cool on the external air and then be circulated back in.
You have to fridge, give it a heat pump.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It only needs to be rainproof. It's not going to be going underwater. That's why I think I need to get away from sealing it up and put all the fancy electronics in a waterproof box. That will still need to be cooled, but as long as it's all well covered, and I think it can be done without too much problem, especially with the like I said, the plastic for the fabrication. We can do all sorts of that. I can drill lots of holes in my router.
Oh, look, there's his little antenna mushroom thing with the. Oh, it's visible.
Oh, you found something else?
No, we just, that's what the cross section was, wasn't it?
The only cross section I remember sending you was the Vista mounted in the mushroom.
Yeah, no, we see it in real life. It looks like some sort of demented Tesla coil.
Yeah, with the antenna, the FPV antenna.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, are they? Is that like a sort of like locking slip in for the tow arm at the front? No, he had one in the middle, didn't he?
That's where the camera was originally.
I think.
What I bought, what I do, and on that middle ball, everything mounts to that. I bought. Do you know these bike racks you get on? You can clip onto tow balls.
Yeah.
Well, I bought from that guy, the back rack guy. It's just a clamp that goes on the ball, then a casting, and off the casting is like just a steel bar sort of thing. Anyway, and I bolt everything to that, and you can just literally undo the bolt, lift everything off, drop the next one on. So the red light bar and the FPV are on one. I've got a laptop holder, all sorts of things I clip on there. It's well useful, that system. Quite heavy, but weight doesn't really seem to matter.
Well, when you're on the ground, it's much easier to deal with, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, there's loads more pictures, and I could have bored you with more stuff for hours, really. It goes on.
So is it limited at all in kind of inclines it can tackle, or has it pretty much got enough torque to do anything?
Well, it goes up most slopes. I suppose it'll do 40 degrees. It'll climb a stack of pallets, done that. Stack a load of pallets up, and it'll just sort of go over them. But one of the biggest problems with this one is the ground clearance isn't very good between the wheels. In fact, it's only probably 3 inches. So the next one is going to have a lot more ground clearance. The whole body comes up.
It doesn't get stuck on stuff.
Yeah, because I've tried to drive over, sat back in the fields, and I've actually had, it's like been like a turtle where it can't go anywhere. The wheels are just spinning. I think it was like a breeze block or something I ended up on, or a giant bloody molehill.
So does that mean bigger wheels, bigger chassis, more torquey motors as well?
Yeah, well, they're 13-inch diameter tyres. I'm going to be looking at 16 to 18-inch diameter tyres, I think, on the next one, and much wider. I need a lot more grip.
Are you going to stay with 4 wheels, or are you tempted to go crazy and add more wheels onto it?
No.
Tracks next.
For well, yeah, I've considered that, but I do like the wheels.
I want
But
crushing
the
and entanglement.
but the mower will only have the two wheels and then casters at the back, so it'll trail the casters. So essentially, it'll still be a skid steer, but with just two wheels rather than the four, and the back end will just follow whatever the front does. That's
I've seen at Duxford, I think it was at Duxford, there was a Spitfire being driven around by a little RC Rover tank thing. I feel like
brilliant.
that was a tiny little one relative to this. I feel like
Yeah.
that could probably push round some like 747 type thing in comparison to what this thing was pushing around.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it would have uses. A bigger version certainly could pull aircraft around.
I really don't think it needs to be that much bigger.
No,
It is.
It's kind of useful when it's small. You can get it through gaps and move it around.
Oh yeah, no, I'll still hang on to this design, but it will eventually want a little bit of more ground clearance, which will be. Oh, I can't show you the picture of the new one. That looks like a Cybertruck. Imagine a Cybertruck.
Do you need?
With ground clearance?
Can you not send it to
We can
me
imagine
via
that.
WhatsApp for old time's sake?
Yeah. The new one. Yeah.
Oh, I eagerly look forward to these.
Where was that? I've got to try and find it.
Let me just add that to the pile of random JPEGs and MA4 videos.
Favourites albums, Rover. Oh, I know where they are.
For our listeners at home, like he sent me one that were a video that was mini DVI, whatever the hell that is, something I've never heard of. Yeah, like I was just waiting for like U-matic or High 8, Even I was expecting at one point
Laserdisc.
Be careful, because if you subject it to high temperatures, it will combust.
What are you chatting about?
Your video formats.
Have you heard of
they come? They're always, it's off my phone.
I would have took a ASF. Really, honestly.
What's ASF?
Anything. Mini DVI. I was like, what is that?
These
here we go.
I think you used to get it off Sony. The first generation of digital camcorders, you'd be like, oh, you can transcribe from your tape onto this unhelpful video format. I think that was mini DVI.
I knew I should have contacted Stephen. Stephen would have harshly
those answers to some bullshit question. Yeah, no problem, mate. I've got you covered.
Never. Anyone would know it'd be you, mate. I've closed the. Did I accidentally close the presentation? I think I did. No, I haven't.
Womp womp.
So, anything else going on in the world of fossil stuff? It sounds like this has taken a lot of time and energy.
It has, Stephen, yeah.
Have you been...
I'm still flying occasionally. I like my Tomahawk, and I get the S3 out, have a blast around with that occasionally.
I remember Tony was very, very happy about the Tomahawk, weren't you, Tony?
I was.
Yeah, mine's for some reason flying absolutely beautifully at the minute.
Because Tony doesn't own it.
They used to have a bit of a problem, but Tony had the same problem when it was you back off the throttle and it sort of vibrated a little bit when you're dropping. But that seems to have gone now. Maybe the propellers are getting bent up and I'm not noticing it.
Lower anti-gravity.
Oh man, yeah, we had fun tuning, but that's
no,
for another
can't
day.
talk. Can't talk about that, Stephen.
I got asked to sell the CUAV equipment. I don't know whether you guys have heard of that. Have you heard
Thing
of it,
counter
Frank?
UAV.
CUAV from China. That's my GPS and
Oh, you mean
ground station.
yeah, GPS manufacturers are like 2 a penny. So
They build
yeah,
some beautiful stuff. It's all the casing are all machined aluminium.
Oh, really?
Oh God, yeah.
I thought you were talking
They-
about the GPS units because I remember
Well,
looking at
the
lots of those
GPS,
vendors. There's so
the
many
bit,
out there; it's hard to keep track.
yeah, the bit that you plug the antennas into is beautifully made. Everything is. Really quite impressed. It's
Machine aluminium
and
rather than just the usual.
no, it's all
rusty
machined out
box.
of aluminium. It's beautiful,
sounds
and
lovely.
all their flight controllers. They're getting into those now.
So this is much more professional UAV stuff than just a
I
hobbyist.
think it is. Yeah, it's well, the GPS was about $450, $500 for the
Yeah.
Rover, and then
I'd say
I
so.
bought with the ground station, which was another like a little lovely aluminium machine little box. The whole lot was about $750, I think, to do the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a far cry from the GPS units I was seeing, which were sort of a fiver.
Oh yeah, the old thing, the old little funny, yeah. But this is the, this
This is RTK, is it?
Yeah.
All the bells and whistles.
I'm
It
afraid,
as
I
works.
think the editor might have some work to do on this one. I think we're going to have to wrap it up there or thereabouts.
Yeah, it's running on the CAN bus, the GPS, which is obviously just plug it in and off you go. All right, guys, thanks for having me tonight.
Thank you for coming on. That was great.
And when we get the second one built, then I'll give you a ring and show you some more pictures. Maybe get my computer working.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we'll have to come and see it in person. Maybe sometime
Take us
around
for a ride round the field with a
LDO.
You boys are welcome anytime. You know that. Now you can see what's going on.
Looks absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to see what it turns into.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
we
the idea was
bring
to bring
stuff to run over, like pumpkins and stuff? Asking for Frank.
Yeah, I could run over you, Jack, couldn't I? Let's see about that.
I'll pay for that. Pay-per-view we could do.
Tony, it's highly inappropriate to masturbate whilst watching Jack get me run over.
Oh dear.
Well, it's been most enjoyable.
tried.
Thanks for listening to my rubbish, and sorry about all.
No,
it's
don't
fascinating. Thank you very much.
Fascinating.
Wonderful. It's great to see some new ideas coming out. That looks awesome.
Well, I just thought it'd be nice to talk about because it is like a ground drone, really, isn't it? So
yeah,
it's still a drone.
Fossil, it's really is true to life. We have. I talk on behalf of me and Tony. We seriously miss you, mate. Like, it's always a pleasure talking to you. It's fantastic that you haven't been put in a home.
Not yet.
The dementia hasn't fully set in yet. Only to enough where you answer the phone to me and Tony, which is good. And yeah, like, God bless you. Like, what an incredible, and it's just like nothing brings a smile quite like Fossil riding around on a armored tank with a lawnmower
fantastic, holding his can of beer
attached. Yeah, like
yeah, going on a mission in a trailer. You can all try that. That's great.
That sounds really good.
And Stephen, I must say, a wonderful intro. Thank you. Thank you for fluffing for me. Whilst I
that did not
professional
happen.
fluffer.
reformatted every bizarre video format that Fossil has.
Thank you for doing that, Jack. Cheers.
Not a problem.
Yeah. Well, I think we should, give people somewhere to go find this. So if they're interested in hearing more about the rover, where do they go, Fossil?
Just give me a ring, really, or nothing's on the internet at all about it.
Oh, okay.
It's all not top secret, but it's not ready.
Usually, they should ring Tech Tanks Limited, right?
Yeah, you can ring Tech Tanks, but yeah, ask for me if anyone's interested.
TEK Tanks.
TEK -tanks. Yeah.
I will
Tank
be
with
sure.
a K or spelt with X or something odd.
with a K.
No,
Okay.
TANKS. Yeah.
I'll be sure to email this to my local library and convert it into microfiche if you want to look at any of this stuff. But yes, thank you. That's all we got time for. Let's Try Out is supported and loved by our wonderful patrons. We love them equally as much, if not more. We've been joined by the wonderful FossilsStuff, Greater Than Raggy,
Still bring that
Shots
up.
Fired. Yep. Fossil, it's been a pleasure. Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks for having me, everyone. See you soon.
Bye,
And
Paul.
Good luck
we
with
have
your new
been
endeavour.
joined by the wonderful Frank,
Bye.
the magnificent moustache Stephen,
Cheers. Good night.
my cheating whore of a wife,
The divorce is finalised.
Peter. As an editor, any of my insufferable comments, please feel free to remove them. Fossil, don't go anywhere. Do not disconnect. We need to
You are
upload
still
your
uploading.
recording. So just stay with us. Don't hang up.
Wait a mo.
All right.
And I have been Brighton Till I Fly. This has taken me right back to the old times when first in the hobby. The fact that Menace is here and Zero. Oh, the nostalgia. Thank you to everyone who showed up. And you've been listening to Let's Try Out. Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.